So then the question is, how do you really get what you want for your child? You've got to have a deep bond, understanding, open communication, and that means you have to know how to solve the problems without losing it and without taking it personal. Because people don't know how to solve the problems without getting angry. They think they have to do it because it's the only way to get their attention, you know? They actually do want to obey. They're going to push, okay? Because they're going to test. And there's different phases of development where they test. You know, there's these toddlers who people say, oh, our 3-year-old runs our house, you know. Okay, because the toddler has been pushing and pushing. You don't know what to do with it. You think it's cute, it's sassy, you videotaped it. You don't know, you know. But in reality, that toddler is looking for the stopping place. They're going and going and going until you say, nope, I don't think so. And then this is where we're going to stop, right? And then the other thing they need is skills. Because if they're pushing, they're usually pushing emotionally. And what they need to know is how to engage the front part of their brain instead of just the midbrain, which is all the emotions. They need to be able to engage the front brain, which is that prefrontal cortex, does all that thinking. They need to be able to logically say, okay, mom, may I disagree appropriately? So there are 4 basic skills that we teach at Teaching Self-Government, and they are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and disagreeing appropriately. And each one of these 4 basic skills has a skill set attached to it. So there's 7 steps for how to disagree appropriately. When a person knows all 4 of those skill sets, that takes care of 99% of their behavioral problems. And it honestly, truly does. You could throw out any question to me. You could be like, okay, well, what if they do this? And I could probably say, this is the skill they need. And it would be one of those 4 skills every time. The problem is the parents don't know the skills. The children don't know the skills. And so everybody is stuck going, how do I emotionally control this situation? Because we've just programmed ourselves. We're like little robots. We go to a certain emotional place when something happens. We trigger. The parents trigger. The children trigger. So then we feel like it's World War III. And at the end of the day, we're like, did I win today? You know? And it's like, I just had to make it through that one more day. And that's when the women are saying to the men, you know, or maybe even vice versa, that like, you know, honey comes home at the end of the day and they're like, here, it's your turn. You have no idea what it is like. I am in this emotional thing all day long. You are so lucky. You don't have to deal with it, you know. But what's really happening there is that the woman is saying, I do not have the skills to handle this, so I am going on raw emotion all day long. I'm beating myself up because I'm doing it in a way I wish I didn't have to do it. I don't have the skills to do it any different way. When I parent my children, we're connected. In fact, I always tell people, when you correct your children, you should feel closer to your children during and after a correction than you did before. It should be a connective moment, and it's totally possible. And I know because I have done it with the most difficult children the state has to offer. I, I mean, the ones that if they didn't succeed in my home, they would be institutionalized. And they're so happy after. So many parents come to me and they say, my children have come to me and said, we're never going to switch from this, right, mom? Because this is so much better. Because people are respecting our personal space and our property now, and we're able to have so much better conversations as a family, and it's so much happier here.